Hello, you magic monsters. Welcome to the stream. There's a pig. I always forget to put my window on something more interesting when I start. I've got too many unities up. There we go. This is the right one. And I also forget to make this the right width. There we go. All right. So I'm making a character creation scene. And I was doing this earlier, and then I went out because it's warm, and then I came back, and now here we are. So now I need to remember where I was exactly. I've got my rider open, and I was doing this. Is my rider too big, too small? Let me know. Probably don't need two screens open, but maybe I do. This is what I do, creating a random character. Yeah. So if you have any questions about the Infinity PBR stuff, please let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your mom to like and subscribe. Your mom might like it too. So this is a party-based RPG. I'm trying to do this well. Of course I'm trying to do it well. And by the way, if I suddenly crap out, it's because my computer crashed. I updated the system last night, so maybe that solved the issue. All right, so oh, wait a minute. Where's my 4 things? Oh, because it didn't load them. So okay, that's right. I made it so that it doesn't load the party actors, because in this scene you need to create random ones. All right, that's good. That's fine. So let's look at the code. A couple other things we need to do. We need to turn off character controller, first person movement control, and I mean probably the camera too, but that'll be in the future. We won't do that right now. That'll be in the future. Are you able to hear that guy talking? He's very loud. Very loud. All right, so it's distracting me. Don't get distracted. All right. So I need to turn those off to let me go to my character creation setup. So I've updated a little. I haven't pushed this live yet, but I'm making updates to the prefab and object manager to make it faster. But it still sometimes is randomly slow, and I can't figure out why. It's very annoying. All right, let me put this over here for a second, and we're going to remind me what I need to. Here we go. We'll do it like this. This is the character creator setup. Header, plumbing, public character controller, public first person movement control. First person movement control. Do we need first person movement Blackboard communication? First person movement Blackboard communication. I don't think we do, so we're going to do that. Everything else can be Legend of the Stones input. Legend of the Stones input. All right, those are all going to be things we turn off on setup. We're going to do that at the first turn off. Objects, we'll do that. And we'll make a new method for it. Boom. See, this is what I like about the AI. It just knows. It just knows what I'm going to be doing. The AI is my friend. I need to sit up with better posture. All right. So those should now turn off once I populate them. So I need to populate them. God, that guy's loud. I don't know if you can hear him, but I can, and it's fucking annoying. He's one of those guys where the normal volume of his voice is just loud. And then he talks on the phone on speakerphone, so he goes even louder. And I'm like, dude, it's constant. Let's see. All right, we'll save that. So now when we press play, we should find that we can't move the mouse or move the camera with our mouse and stuff like that. Oh, but it turned off the camera too? Wait a minute, it turned off the wrong thing. This is where the AI, I love the AI, but it went wrong. Enabled equals false. Oops, should probably spell false wrong. Yeah, so I trusted the AI, and then I talked about how amazing it is, but it led me astray after I talked about how wonderful it is, or actually before. I just didn't check, so that was a human error, I suppose. There we go. So we still have all these other things. I'm going to turn off the other things as well. Oh, wait. What just happened? Oh, there we go. So now it's turned on. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to turn these off too, because I don't need these to be turned on. So this is going to be just a list of game objects, I suppose. Public list game object. Game objects equals new list of game objects, and then okay, for that one it's fine. This one will be fine. So what are we turning off? I think we're going to turn off the turn-based movement canvas. Turn off the debug canvas. We'll turn off the North Star screen overlay, the center target overlay, the compass, but we'll keep the prefab, the portraits UIs on. Everything else should be turned off. Let's see. How's the weather where you are? Good? I hope good. Okay, good. Now we're left with an empty screen and I can't do anything. We are hitting this. What's this? Index was out of range. 62, not 25. Oh, we have no skin colors. We have no hair colors. I need to give myself some skin colors and hair colors. Let's give ourselves 8 of each. And before I do that, for some reason it always starts out with 0 alpha, and so it's kind of annoying, right? In fact, let's start with this. I don't know what's going to look good. I mean, we're going to have to change it, but we're just going to create a few different shades of human. And then some shades of decidedly non-human. Good, the guy's outside now. I can still hear him, but he's outside. Which is like annoying for all the neighbors, but whatever. All right, some non-human shades. And then for the hair, let's add one here. And again, do the same thing where we add that and just add something that's, I don't know what, again, I don't know what hair colors are going to be good. We'll do one that's kind of very white, one that's dark gray. We'll do a really dark gray one like black. We'll do something that's more redhead. We'll do some brown hair. We'll do some blue hair, because why not? And maybe some pink hair. All right. Make this more saturated. All right. I don't know how this will look, but that's okay. We just need something. Something for now. All right. So we should be all good there. Next is to actually create these characters, and that's via the code. We're starting with a bunch of, we create a new player actor, and then we're getting our character classes. These are taken from the game module repository, all the item attributes of character class, character race, and gender, and then creating a random one of each, choosing a random skin color and hair color, and assigning those values. So cache objects, and then this is choose randoms, and then this is assign randoms. There's going to be a bit more here because now we need to well, we're going to have to do the setup for the character classes and stuff, and then display them. And generally we do this on the party, but we're not doing the load state because we're not loading the state. The save and load module is set to not load on this scene, but it will do something similar to this. So for each one of these, we're going to have to call this. We're going to call this public void temp load party. At some point, it's not going to be temp anymore, but it's temp right now, apparently. So I guess we can do this at the end. So we're going to go to party.instance.temploadParty. And this is not going to be for 4. This is going to be for... Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is currently doing a new one. All right. So we don't need to do either of those anymore. And this is going to be for each var party actor and party actors. Why is this giving us a thing? Actor. All right, so for each actor and party actors, we're going to do the start actions, and then the start actions for all the various game modules lists, and then the starting stats. Okay, and then we're going to load the avatars. So we need to add starting. Well, let's do this first. We'll do this first. At some point later, I guess, maybe off the stream, perhaps even, we're going to have to add starting equipment. Some of the different classes will have starting equipment, although that might come with their skills. So never mind. We'll do that later when we do the skills. So we're good now. This should be fine. Let's see if this just works. Let's see. Press play. All right, it did not work. Let's see. What did anything work? Do we have 4 characters? No. Do we never add we never add the characters, do we? No, we don't add the characters. We should add the characters here. So, add to party. Good job, AI. Boom. AI for the win. Oh, and you know what? The temp load party needs to happen afterwards. This is creating a random character. We're doing this 4 times, so we need to do it here. That was almost we almost lowered the party 4 times. All right. And that would have been a disaster. All right. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 loaded. They are here. We need to do random names. Assign random names. And we should all have different random genders and other things here. Yeah, dwarf, archer, male. Yeah. All right. This inspector is being tremendously slow. Is it because I have this going on? It's probably because I'm pushing too many messages here. My Blackboard is spamming the debug. Save that. Okay. Did it load the avatars properly? I didn't see any down here, but it may have loaded them and I just didn't know, or I have the settings wrong. All right. So we have our avatars. Where do our avatars live? Portrait avatars parent. I don't see any characters there. I see nothing. All right. That's because we didn't turn on anything. Let's see. Now we will have them. Okay, but they are set to the wrong. Excuse me. Thing. Interesting. Each one of these has its own character. Avatar cameras. Let's see. The camera is only going to show default and portrait 1, 0, and etc. Up to 6, so you can have a total of 7. Oh, hello, Chris Baker. How are you? I didn't see you there 3 minutes ago, or 2 minutes ago, or a minute and a half ago, or whatever it was. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. So these need to be set to be the camera when they're instantiated. But the thing is, of course, the portrait here, or the character model that's created, is created by the prefab and object manager just by doing this, and doesn't have its thing set. So we're going to add, since I am currently updating the prefab and object manager, we're going to add a feature that says sets the layer to be the same as this layer. Let's try that. We got to be careful, though, because we don't want to do it for everything necessarily. We want that to be a per object thing. Interesting. Because things like particle effects, well, those could be in the same layer, yeah. All right, let's start with just a basic implementation. This is going to be an option in the prefab and object manager. Where is my prefab? Character creation prefabs. In-game character model. So this is going to be here. We're going to do setup and options. We'll do it in setup and options. We'll make it a false by default. Just because I don't want to mess anyone's things up generally. So it's going to be here, hide in inspector. Well, we don't really need to do hide inspector. It's not going to be here. It's going to be... See, I made this long enough ago where I didn't organize it like I do now. Public bool set layer to parent layer equals false, parent layer. And then the editor setup. Oh, I've got, you can't see it, but off to the right of the screen, I've got another prefab and object manager in another Unity, and it was confusing me because it was on the wrong. I was on this panel, but the other one wasn't, and I was very confused for a brief moment. Then I realized it was another Unity instance. So we're going to go to our setup and options underneath in this window, component options. We're going to do, where's instantiate? Instantiate, prefabs. Why are none of these? Let's see, let's reload this. Prefab and object manager editor. There we go. All right. Instantiate prefabs when add to group. Only one. Unpack prefabs. All right, we'll put it underneath this one then. Manager dot set layer to put parents equals toggle. Set layer to parent layer. If true, the layer of the prefab will be set to the layer of the parent object. When turned on. All right. Boom. Thank you, AI, for that as well. Now we need to, of course, implement this in actuality. So we need to find the thing. Toggle group. Activate group. Is active, and I try that. Activate group object. And then instantiate. Okay, so we're going to be saying the in-game object. Or we're going to say set parent layer. Keep this in its own method. And then this is going to be if set, then return. So it's going to be if we're not doing that, then we return. Otherwise, yeah, for each, no. We need to pass in here group object and then add that to that. There we go. Then group object is prefab, no. Oh, I see. It's smarter than me. Start giving me these little things here. Okay, so if it's prefab and we have the in-game object, then set the in-game object layer to this transform game object layer. Else, if it's not a prefab and we have an object to handle, no. Either way, we're going to have an in-game object, right? Yeah, either way we have an in-game object. So we're really just saying, we can say if that equals null, return, and it wants me to do this now, so we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll just do in-game object layer equals, so that's the layer of the object we just brought in to match the layer of the parent object. Will this do layers in children? I don't think so. Let's ask the AI. Will this do children of in-game object? And it'll say, no, it won't, and then it'll give me the code. I'm going to look at my phone, play with this. Oh, hello, Geary. How are you? Good to see you. Nice emoji. Is that popcorn that's smiling? Wouldn't it be creepy if food actually did smile back at you? I suppose it might before we kill it. Okay, we're going to do this. Look at this. It gave us a whole new method. All right. There we go. So this should work. We'll see. Oh, we will need to turn it on, though, because I have not turned it on there. All right. And in-game character prefab. Yes, press play. Let's see if it works. It doesn't work yet because I still haven't turned on the whole prefab groups turn on thing yet. Ah, that seems to work. There we go. So now each one will get its own specific character. We'll have to figure out the dwarves cameras. I'm decided to, even though I don't have dwarves yet in my character thing, I've decided to make dwarves because I hope we have dwarves in the next version. So I decided just to go with dwarves already, just make them smaller. They're the half orc, just morphed a little bit. So anyways, there they are, shorter. All right, let's make this work then, the prefab and object manager. On the portrait avatar, we have this portrait character thing. So we're going to need a method to turn this on. And I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. Setup avatar is used. Portrait avatars. And this is create 3D portrait is used on our party avatars. Load avatars. All right. Party avatars. Load avatars. Okay, so we have a way to grab this. Load avatars. Load avatar. In-game portrait. Load avatar. Did we not call this? We do it right here. Excuse me. All right, so we don't assign this. We need to assign this or something. Somewhere I included this. I was setting this up and then I went out, and so now I can't remember anything. But somewhere along the line, I did something. Probably something smart or something. Was it in my actor class? I feel like it should be in my actor class. Let's just see. Public, prefab, and object manager. Prefab and object manager. We're going to call this actually character or main. Yeah, character, prefab, and object manager. And we'll do a method to set it. Public void set character prefab and object manager. And we'll change this to value. And yes, we'll do that to an expression body. So then here, var prefab and object manager is going to be equal to in-game portrait dot game object dot game object dot. Do we not have a game object for that? We don't. Let's see. We have a UI portrait though, and an avatar. Okay, there we go. Avatar.gameObject.getComponent. Prefab and object manager. Nope, not prefab and object manager. It was another thing. What was it? It was a something else entirely. I can't press play because there's a bug. I have a script though. It was a portrait character. Portrait character. Dot prefab and object manager. That's a lot. It's a lot there. All right, and then we're gonna say actor dot set prefab character prefab and object manager. That okay. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know if I got everything right. All the different connections. I may have. I may not have. We're gonna find out. Let's see. Well, no bugs. That's nice. Did we get it? Where's my player object? Each one of these should now have, it does have it. I did it right. Wow. How cool is that? All right. All right. So load avatars. And then turn on character meshes. I'm making this a separate one because I can. I should probably save this too. Actor dot in-game portrait. Let's make this a thing. Oh. We already have a set in-game portrait. What is this madness? When do we use this? When do we set this? Interesting. Okay. Okay, so that happens here. So we don't need to even do that. We can just say actor.in-game portrait avatar dot where was I? Okay, we can do all that. Yeah, I'm actually going to assign the portrait character to the actor. And I'm doing it up here. Why am I doing it up here? Because other actors might have a prefab and object manager, but the player actors will only be in portrait modes. So public portrait character gets set, and then okay. So actor.set character portrait character is going to be this, and then portrait character dot prefab and object manager. Okay, and we're going to change this pattern to match the other patterns as well. So in our actor, we're going to call this character prefab and object manager. Get private set, and then nope. What is our? Let's copy this. Okay, void set character prefab and object manager. Value, and we'll say character equals value, and why is this? It's already assigned. Did I do that before? I can't remember anything anymore. Okay, so we're doing that. That should be fine now. So we go back to our thing we're setting it up, and we will just say set it to this. Okay. Now let's move these into their own little thing, because single responsibility and all that. So public void blah. I forget the I want. There we go. For each actor and actors, we're gonna do a thing here. So this is gonna be set portrait characters, and then set character prefab and object managers, and we'll do that, and we'll do that, and that, and then after load avatars, we'll do set portrait characters, set prefab object managers, and then turn on character meshes, which is going to do, I'm going to move these up. Actually, they kind of deserve to be down there. It's the other one that should be moved to here. Turn on character meshes. This is going to be for each actor. Var actor in party actors. We're going to do actor.prefab character prefab. Turn on well, we're going to do a little bit more. Var, it's going to be things like human, female. So character race name equals actor dot character race dot object name. Okay, done. So it's going to be then actor dot character prefab and object manager dot turn toggle group, and this is going to be character race name followed by a space, gender name. Why do we have true? Is that even an option? No, it's not even an option. All right, toggle group. That should do it. Let's find out. It did. They're not moving or anything yet. And we don't have their hair color or skin color set, but there they are. Let's just make sure random. Let's just press play again and make sure it's random. Yep. Yep, it's random. All right. Let's do the next thing. The next thing. Let's add these animators to these. I don't know why the animators aren't on there already, actually. They should be there. Where are my character creation prefabs? These are my prefabs. Animator. It's missing. Half. Orc demo. I just want them to be idling is all. Yep. That's the one. All right. Is this the one? Yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. All right. What did I do? All right. Now let's make them turn on their skin tones properly and their hair colors properly. The other thing is eventually we're going to put 4 of them right up here. So we're going to be duplicating this whole thing with ones that you can actually see. But I'm doing this part first. All right, turn on character meshes. Set skin tones. Set hair colors. There's going to be even more because we're also going to be doing hairstyles, facial hairstyles maybe. I don't even know if I'll do that in this yet because I plan on updating the human characters at some point. So I think I might do MVP and just do hairstyles. Set hair colors. How do I do that in the current? So I was going to be updating this character creation scene from back in the day, but then it's been a couple years and I was going through it and I was like, I need to do this better. I need to do it better than I had it before. But I can also steal from it nonetheless. So how did we do the hair? Next hair. Switch hair in demo scene controller. Close all tabs in that group. All right, so switch hair. Active player set hair. All right, demo player set hair. Set hair. Ah, we had them. I see. We have a hair index. Yeah, that makes sense. But how do we do the hair color? Well, let's do the hair indexes first. And to do that, I think we had 8, but I wasn't too sure. Where's my character creation? This one. Prefab groups. Nope. Each one of these has hair, 8 groups. All right, so we have 8 hairs. I don't know, do we already have that set up here? Because I did copy this from over there. We may have. See, even though I updated it, it still does that, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why. All right, we do have them. Okay, so let's just make sure we save this on our character then. Player actor. Actor. Yes. Public. How did it know? How did the freaking AI know that I was going to do hair index? Because I was looking at the other one, probably, I suppose. It's going through both projects and no. Anyways. Kind of crazy. All right. Party. Set hair. We'll make this set hair instead. So we'll mesh and color. Color. Okay, so we're going to need a reference to the characters prefab and object manager as well. So we have the character and then the regular one. Oops. So we're going to do public prefab and object manager. Prefab and object manager is just going to be another get and private set. And what I do, and then set prefab and object manager is going to be that. And then we're going to have to do we need a way to update this whenever the character changes. I guess it's not going to change. It could in the future, but right now there's no world where we change the character mid-game. Like the base mesh stays the same after the start. So what we could do is when we set this, not when we set that, when we turn on character meshes, does toggle group give us anything back? No, but it could. Return. We know that each of these prefab groups only has one object. So we can get the prefab group, can we? var prefab group. Get prefab group by name. Okay, so we'll get the prefab group by name. Import missing references. Okay. And then we'll toggle the group by the prefab group. But that means we also now have the prefab group available. So we can say prefab group dot in game no. Then prefab group objects 0. This should be our character. Character group object equals this. And then dot in-game object dot get component prefab and object manager. So we can then say actor dot set prefab and object manager to that. That should work. We know there is only one object in the group, and it is the character, which has a prefab and object manager on it. So we're just going to grab that. This won't work in other situations, right? I mean, it won't, but that should work. And then that means that in our mesh here, we can say for each of our actor and party actors, we're going to do the mesh, we're going to do the color. We're going to say actor.prefab and object manager dot toggle group. What's it called? It's called hair one. Hair. Actor.hair index. Hair index. But again, we need to get the groups. So we need to do this again. I'm going to rename character prefab to be mesh, main mesh prefab, just to keep that slightly more separated. So we can just now toggle the group by the prefab group, and then we can say for each of our object in prefab group.group objects, I don't know if that'll work. That might set the hair color for all the things, but we'll see. We'll see if that works. Let's try that before we move on to the skin. Let's see. No new messages from my friends. Why not? Probably because I don't have that many and one's working. Press play. There's a bug. Oh. To undo that, it's not going to return it anymore. Allergies have been calming down. I haven't been streaming because of allergies. Today wasn't so bad. My eyes are getting itchy now, but hasn't been so bad. What happened? Something happened here. We have a bug. that bug's coming from. But this one down here seems like it's ours. Null reference exception. Where was it? 130. Prefab and object match group. Interesting. What did I do? Did I mess something up? Hello, Rage Run Games. How are you? This implies that somehow I've lost a reference to one of my objects here. These all have an object. All right, let's try it again. See what happens. I'm well as well. All right. The index is 1 out of range of prefab groups 8. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about hair? Nope, we're talking about main mesh. Why is this breaking all of a sudden? Prefab group equals actor main mesh. Debug.log. Let's just print those out, make sure we're getting this right. I don't know what this graph thing is doing, but whatever. All right. All right, let me clean up some of these debugs. We don't need this debug any longer. Now they all cleared out. Shoot. All right. Well, let's make more. I'm looking for the debug that shows my character, and I'm not seeing it. Elf, female. Index is 1 out of range. Prefab groups 8. That makes no sense, right? The index is out of range. The prefab groups. The count is less than the index. Why? How is that even possible? the index 1 is out of range of the prefab group 8. If the index is 1, prefab group count is 8. Wait a minute. Is this backwards? It is backwards. How long has this been backwards? This is the thing that gets me. I think this is backwards. Right? Because now if the prefab group count is greater than or equal to... Well, it just has to be greater than, not equal to. Then we're going to return that. So if that indeed is... It's been like that forever. For years. That means not a single person has tried it and thought, I should tell them that this is broken. Uh-oh, did it crash? It may have crashed. Sometimes when I update the scripts while it's in play mode, it crashes. And I think somebody helped me fix that. But then I guess I didn't do it in this project. Legend of the Stones is gone. Isn't that... Oh, here it is. It was just I was looking in the wrong area of the column. All right. Hopefully we didn't lose anything. I don't think so. Have I been saving? Maybe. We lost the width of the screen. That's for damn sure. There we go. All right. Let's press play again. All right, there we go. They're all doing their idle now. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. This is probably about the hair. Let's see. Party 192. Yes, this is about the hair. All right, good. Let me turn off this other debug. All right. My console disappeared. Now we need to find it again. All right, so saying it's null. Let's see. Let's see about that. This also changed. How about them UFOs, huh? All right, hair, we have groups, objects. We do have groups and we do have objects. So there must be something else going on here. These are all set up properly. I'm sure they are. I don't know why it keeps doing that. All right. These should be all set up. So what's it really saying here? It's saying that the group is not found. Maybe I'm passing a null group into it. Oh, hair 0. Aha, I could not find a hair group named hair 0. Okay, that's why. I was an idiot at some point and didn't index it properly. I think they are all already have their hair set to be that. We could randomize it. Whoa. Look at that elf. That's not right. Something's up there. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's getting one of the other characters' hairs in it. In its face. This is, I'm looking down here at this little hair over the face thing. If we move this side to side, sure enough. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. That's the elf male, was it? I should have looked. Elf male. So sometimes is it not the elf male? Huh. Let's see. Oh, we do have an error here. That could be it. All right. There's no renderer attached to the long hair. Okay, so that's the issue. That's the issue that we're facing. Okay. Okay, so we need to find the render in it or children. Which line was that on? 195. Ah, here we go. Find the renderer in this or the children. All right, I tried to use the AI, but it failed me. All right, let's see if that works. It's a lot more simple if there was only one character, of course. I think. All right, well, we got something going on, but the hairs aren't attaching properly. What is going on here? Where are all those other hairs? Is the... Let's see. In-game character model. Oops. All the hairs are being drawn everywheres. Why? Did we... I know why. Because we had set that toggle true on the main character, but we didn't set the toggle true on all the children. All of these need this to be set true. That's all. That way they're interesting. The human male does a pause and the human female does a pause. The others do not. I wonder why. There we go. And they all have different colors. There's something going on with the third one, though. Let's see. Is that just the hair color? I guess so. I guess so. The question, though, is are they all saying the hair color properly? Probably won't know that for sure until I set up the buttons for it, because I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I'm just not sure. Those dwarves are... We're going to need to adjust the cameras for the dwarves, because the cameras are clearly too high. If it's dwarf, it's going to have to be lower. But that's okay. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm going to take a break. And I'll see you all later. Next step for me is doing the skin tones. There's probably a few more things on just the actual setup. That actual setup is not, it's part of the character creation scene, but it's also just loading the characters in the portraits. You can kind of see, actually, I'll show you a little glimpse of what this is. The old version, which I'm not going to update. I've decided I might rework the Legend of the Stones one to be the update to this, but I decided to abandon actually updating this because there was just too much where I was like, nah. But I'm going to take a lot from it. So this is the idea, is that you got these. In this one, you've got the wardrobe changes. In mine, the wardrobe won't change unless you add something. I don't know why I'm getting errors. But anyways, there's only one display at a time. So if I'm changing the material on more than one, it doesn't matter. But on the other one, it might matter because I'm going to display all four. So there you go. That's the idea of it, though, that we're going to be able to have all 4 characters are going to be created. We're going to use the portraits at the bottom instead of these buttons at the top. So I didn't actually do any character creation scene stuff. I was just doing the setup for it in the end. So in the end, this is going to be the character creation scene. You're going to have 4 characters staying around for now. Eventually, I want them walking around waypoints. So like while you're doing it, they're just walking around like they're on a quest. And then you're going to click these portraits or go, well, my button doesn't work because I turned off the object, but you're going to be clicking the portraits or whatnot to select the characters, and then camera's going to kind of look over at them more precisely. I'm going to have to implement Cinemachine, learn that for the first time. I've never really used it, so learn that for the first time. And then as you click them, you'll see them. They'll change here as well. And then that's it. But what I'm doing now, loading these, is going to be the same for loading any saved game as well. So that was the first step. I'll finish that. So thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you came. Always happy to see your lovely names pop up in the chat window. The 3 of you who did. And I will see you all real soon. Bye-bye.